souls. I am Valeria Maritza at Healing Through You. I am an infinite being of light, and so are you. Today, I am continuing on the subject of parallel realities. Why? Because there's so much feedback, so many questions coming up from here. So, I'm going to regroup, go a little bit deeper in a different way, and see if I can relate the message in a different way for you today. This is so exciting to me because as you are engaging in the messages, as you are sending questions, as you are opening up to new possibilities, you are indeed shifting into different parallel realities of your own choice, consciously, intentionally, places that you are wanting to expand, awaken, realize, your own consciousness, your own awareness, your own being into higher places of consciousness that are really serving you and everyone around you for the greatest good of all. So this is really exciting to me, and I'm so excited to be recording another episode on this subject to clarify some of the questions that came through. So here's a question that came through about parallel realities. How does that work about the past, about like the war? If the war happened in 1945, how is that happening now in a parallel reality? How does that work? I do not understand that. I completely get you guys because I was like also feeling like, how does that work? I don't understand. So picture this. We talked last time about the word thinking, right? When you think about the war, World War II, and you begin to travel yourself in your mind, your imagination, your thoughts about what happened there through texts that you have read, through information that you have received, through things that you just learned through other people, and you bring yourself there and you begin to feel into it. What you're doing is you're shifting yourself to be in that reality. This is why so many people, especially if you're here, who are empaths, which is mostly everybody here, begin to feel for what happened, right? You begin to feel for the atrocities that happened, for the people who lost their lives, for how people behave, how no one stood up, right? You begin to feel into the energy, and guess what? By feeling into the energy, feeling is one of the strongest things that you have to shift yourself into different realities. You are shifting into that parallel reality. You're beginning to feel as if it was happening right now. I'll give you an example. I was talking to my son about a friend of mine who adopted a dog. Actually, she was fostering the dog, and she took the dog from a high kill shelter. And I was talking about the dog and about my friend, blah blah blah. And he was listening, and he's like, "Wait, what do you mean? Like, like what happened? Like, because he came from a high kill shelter." And obviously that makes no sense, right? It makes no sense that it's a shelter and it's a high kill. So he couldn't understand this. Obviously, it doesn't make sense. So he's calling everybody out on this. He's like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Why is it a shelter if it's a high kill? It makes no sense. Why would you do that? He got extremely upset. And so my husband tried to explain to him how and things work and the animals and whatever, right? Supply and demand was not helping. And he felt into him, all of his being was just vibrating with energy. And he just lashed out. How can they do this to these poor innocent babies? These little animals, how can anyone do this? Right? And he was like, this anger, this feeling he was feeling into the situation that a high kill shelter does, right? Like it's completely unfair. Why would they do that? Why did they even bring them there to begin with? Why not just leave them out? I don't know. Whatever it is, this poor child is going through. Huge awareness for him, huge opening for him, huge expansion of beginning to see what is out there into the reality. But the part that I'm really tuning into is his feeling. He was feeling into this with all of his might. I was like, this cannot be. This is wrong, right? And it is that feeling that shifts him into a parallel reality where he begins to really feel into the things that are not working for this world, and he begins to take action. Now, I haven't seen him take action yet. This only happened 2 days ago, but he has shifted himself through that feeling, through that really strong feeling, into doing something about this. This is not right, right? That type of stuff. And this is what makes the leaders of our future, right? It is the feeling. You become aware of something, you know in your gut there's something wrong with it, and that fuels your energy, your being, your soul into a parallel reality where that is something that you will take care of it later on, right? Now, that is in that moment. That is now. This is the trajectory that you can see right now. But let's say something else happens and it completely shatters his world in a different way. And he thinks of something differently. And I can't think of anything else right now to like give you an example. But any thought that this child has that shatters his being, his awareness, can and will shift him into a different trajectory. Oh, I got a really, really good one here that is coming up for me. My guys are showing me. So when I was a little girl, I wanted to be a ballerina. Okay, that was it. I wanted to be a ballerina. I loved it. I was just obsessed with ballet dancers and all that. And that's what I wanted. One day, they were interviewing these ballerinas on TV, and my mother called me to watch this interview. She goes, "Hey, come see this. They're interviewing this ballerina." So I go watch it. My eyes are wide. This is what I want to do. Oh my gosh, I see a real ballerina speaking on TV. My heart is full. This is what I want to do. This is my trajectory. This is where I'm going. And then the interviewer asks her how much money she made. And this is like many years back, right? Because I was a little kid. And the ballerina says, "Oh, they pay so little." Like, I don't know. She didn't say a number, but she's conveyed with her feeling that the amount of money she was receiving for this beautiful profession that I wanted to become a part of was barely paying her bills. Now, I knew enough about money and having enough or not having enough because this was a time where a lot of people were having difficulty with money, with even getting food on the table. And this includes my family, so it includes me. So I knew the struggles of not having enough money to pay for the things that you might want. I knew this. So when she said this, it shattered my world. It was like, I can't do that. I cannot invest all of these hours of work into something that I really passionately love and like and want to be. And then at the end of the day, still not have enough to support me, my family, XYZ. That was my shattering moment, big event for me that changed my trajectory of wanting to become a ballerina to not wanting to, and now I have to find something else. It completely changed. So that was my trajectory. Do you see what I mean? Something big can happen at any time or moment that can change your trajectory of where you're going to go. And then you move into a different parallel reality where that is your best trajectory. The second question that came up, I hope this makes sense. The second question that came up was about psychics. Okay, so if somebody goes to a psychic, and I get this all the time, what's going to happen with XYZ? Or will I be able to do that? Or what, right? Will it, like all of the future? What is this going to happen for me, right? In the future, you're asking about the future, which again, the future is also a parallel reality, which means it's happening right now, which means that if you are working on, playing on, imagining, deciding that what you want is to be in a different parallel reality where things are nicer for you, what you have what you're asking for, what you're lacking in this reality, you want to have that already. That other version of you is already here and it already exists. This is what it means when you hear people saying, whatever you want is already here. It already exists. You just have to claim it. That's what it means. It means that there is a version of you already living that reality that you're looking for, longing for, and wanting to create for your own experience right now. That's what it means. So that's what it means. There's no past, there's no future, right? I didn't touch a lot at all on the future in the last episode, so I'm doing it here now. The future is the same thing. you align with the energy that matches, or the frequency that matches that future self, quote unquote future. And then you get there. You shift into that reality. You step into the reality. You bring that reality that you are imagining and playing with into the now. That's how you do it. So we were talking about TV last time. You tune into the TV and you're watching a certain show that has a certain frequency. I'm going to bring Law and Order again here because it has a specific energy of drama and fear, right? And things that are unjust. And when we apply our energy to that, then we create more experiences, or we shift into other parallel realities that have more of that same feeling for us, right? And you can just shift, tune that dial to something that talks about, let's say, spirituality or angels or lifting up your energy or meditating. And all of those things are higher words, higher frequencies that will shift you into a different reality, right? Not the one um, of scarcity or of fear or of injustice. So you are going to shift into that by just tuning that dial on the TV. So the same thing here. When you are working on or playing on creating the reality that you want, right? This is the vision boards, this is the visualizing, this is the meditating, this is the creating in your mind first. Excuse me. That's the part. You want to be creating that. What you're doing is by imagining it, by feeling into that energy, by tuning into what you look like, what you feel like, the things that you're doing, and maintaining that energy there, then that is the part that is raising your frequency to that part, because you're obviously creating something that you're liking, right? So you're like enjoying this vision that you're creating of yourself, your quote unquote future self. You are raising your frequency to that level. And the longer and the more often that you stay in that frequency of just closing your eyes and there you are, there's that vision of you with the money flowing to you, or with the love in your life in your arms, or with you being treated nicely, or you flying first class, whatever it is, right? When you are able to do that through the day at a moment's notice, right? Just like, here we go. Like, I'm there, right? I'm in that new version of me, that new body of me, that healthy body of me, whatever it is that you're playing to into existence. Then your frequency rises to the level of your parallel reality of where that version of you already exists. And the more you fuel that vision, that feeling, that you knew you, that you are wanting to imagine yourself already being there, you are tuning and drawing into the energy of that parallel reality of you, the future you, into the now. So that parallel reality of you is living the life that you want right now, that you're not seeing in the three-dimensional world. So you're raising your frequency by imagining it, by visualizing it, by feeling into it. And as you do that, you are drawing in the energy of the parallel you who's already living in it, until it does a match. It matches, it connects to it, and then you draw that energy into the present, your present here, and then you find yourself living that life. You find yourself being that which you were visualizing to create. Does that make sense? This is how you shift into the parallel reality that you are wanting to. And this is why when you go to a psychic person, or someone who can see the future, quote unquote, see the parallel reality, they are going to tune into your best timeline if you continue down the trajectory of what you are feeling into in this moment only. And that is the key here, because you can see, and this is for you too, it's not just people who are able to see it, right? You can see the trajectory of like, okay, if my thoughts, my ideas, my visualization, my energy is here, and I'm going to that focal place, and that's where I'm going, and that's my goal, and that's my goal, and you're keeping your frequency there, then the trajectory can say, okay, you continue down this path, you're going to get to receive that, right? You're going to have that end. So it's kind of like if I want to drive from New York to Los Angeles, I can take this route and go straight, and I know I'm going to get to Los Angeles while I follow this route. And through that, because you have free will, because life events can happen, you can either continue down the straight line all the way to California, or you can veer off. You can decide, oh, what is that beautiful lake on my left? Let me drive that way and experience that beautiful thing. And then you go towards the left, which is not straight towards California, and you have a life there, an experience there, a moment there. And you can decide to stay there for as long as you want or for as short as you want. And then you can come back to the line that's going to take you to California because that's your goal. Or in that moment, you may decide, I really like this, and maybe you meet the love of your life, you end up staying there, and you never get to California because your intention, your attention to what you wanted to do, where you wanted to go, changed. So when you ask someone, is this going to happen for me? The answer is yes. It's always yes. And you know why it's yes? Because if you have a thought of, is this going to happen for me? It means that you're already receiving the messages from that parallel you telling you, hey, this is here for you, it's available. And you're receiving that message, which is what awakens something within you saying, oh, I want to have that. I want that dream. You're getting that dream because the future self or that parallel reality self is telling you, I'm here already. I got it. Come get this. Come join me. And so this is why you have that thought, that dream, that idea of like, I want to go there, right? It's because you're feeling that pull from that parallel reality you that is telling you it exists already. So if you're asking anyone, is this going to happen? The answer is yes, right? It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter how far-fetched it is. It doesn't matter how crazy the idea is. It doesn't matter how many people tell you that it's impossible. It's available to you because you had the idea, the imagination about it. You are the one who tuned into that part of you because it already exists. Now, well, if I have this idea and this thought, and I've been visualizing, doing the work, writing my, what do you call that? My affirmations and really moving all my energy to get that, and it's still not here. Why is that? I've been doing this for, it could be weeks, it could be months, it could be years. I'm still not there. Why is that? Why am I not there if I'm receiving the message that is already done, that is already here, that is already available for me? I have the idea, it's mine. Why am I not seeing the results? Right? Why are you not seeing the results? It's because your focus keeps switching. You keep switching from that vision, from that focal point of like, this is what it is, this is what I'm reaching, this is what I'm doing, to, I don't see it yet. It must not work for me. Oh, I don't know what to do. I keep working on this, working, low frequency word, and I still don't see it. You feel that? You feel that shift in energy? You are putting all of your excitement, your energy, your visualizing into what you want. And then at the same time, as a human does, you start looking for the evidence around you. You don't see the evidence. And then you switch, you change your mind, your thoughts into it's not here, it's not working, I can't get it. There must be something wrong. I don't know how to do it. All of this negative self talk that you tell yourself, you're shifting back into the energy of what you have right now. And if you don't have what you are asking for or visualizing or wanting to receive right now, that you already have the idea and thought, is because you are spending more time, more of your energy fueling what you have right now, the facts, I don't see the results in front of me. You're spending more money fueling that and feeling into that than into what you're projecting as I want to get there. Does that make sense? This is key, guys. This is key into shifting into the other side. So I'm going to give you a couple of tools for you to use so that you can reach that. And I know this is not as easy as it may sound, but it is as easy as it sounds because it works every single time as long as you don't retract your energy and come back to the I don't have it, I don't see results, it's not working for me. Does that make sense? So, what you really want to do is first, you want to write down what you want. You want to write it down as like, I claim, or I want, or I have, or I am. And then you write your story. You write it in a paragraph and you put all of your feelings into it as like, I want to let's go with health today, right? Let's say you want to be the healthiest you. You want to have a tone body, beautiful muscles. You want to be healthy inside out. You want to have your cardio working, your liver working, your gut in optimal shape. You want to be able to do all the things you want. You want to have energy all day long. You want to run after your kids or your nieces and nephews or your dog or whatever it is. You want to be climbing things without running out of breath. You want to be able to eat the things that you enjoy without gaining weight or without feeling sluggish, or right, you want to be choosing the foods that are in alignment with your body. You want to be able to see with 20/20 vision or something better. You want to be able to hear perfectly clear all of the notes that the universe has for you. You want to really feel all those things, and then you look in the mirror and you see a body that is a little bit neglected, that perhaps is a little bit sluggish. And when you try to walk, it just feels like heavy, and your body feels heavy, like it doesn't want to do it, and you're out of breath, and you're like, it's not working. It's not working. I just try walking down the street and I don't feel those things that I'm imagining, right? And then your feeling of it's not working, it's stronger than the feeling of it's already here. I already have it. I already am. So the first thing is to write the story of what you actually want to create. Second is to feel into it. Close your eyes and begin to see yourself feeling all the things that you just wrote about. And just be there for like 1 minute or 3 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever you're able to do. The longer you stay in that frequency, the faster you bring it into your reality right here, right now. And then what you want to do is tune into that energy every single time that your now reality begins to tell you the opposite, right? Don't look yourself in the mirror and see what you see. Look yourself in the mirror and see that future self that is already here. See yourself already healthy. See yourself already jumping. See yourself already in optimal health, right? Your beautiful body, right? See yourself there already. And every time that you have that slight turn of like, ugh, I don't feel whatever, which is the opposite, then acknowledge it. Oh, I'm doing it again. Close your eyes. Get yourself back to that moment. I promise you, this is how this works. It's all energy. We're all energy. And all you need to do is tune into the energy of the parallel reality of yourself that is already here existing right now. You wouldn't have the idea, the thought, the desire to be or to have XYZ if it wasn't already a reality for you. Oh my goodness, huge, big things here. Let me know how this feels. Let me know what you are working on creating or playing on creating, imagining into reality, right? And oh, and here's the one more thing. Don't worry about the how. Don't worry about the how. Your point in here is to create it into imagination and feel. Feel what it feels to be, fill in the blank. Feel what it feels to have, fill in the blank. You're not going to worry about how this is going to happen, okay? Your thing is about what you want, not on how it's going to happen. The how will work itself out. Trust me on this. Get yourself out of the way so that the universe can really bring you what you want right now really quickly, because it's already there. So all you need to do is shift into that place. This is really important. We're in that window of the eclipse when we're still manifesting what we want. Whatever you put your attention to is what you are going to line up with. The energy of that parallel reality of yourself is going to bring all of that to you right now. All you have to do is keep the vision alive. Fuel that vision that you want. Keep fueling that vision and become really aware of the little moments that come up for you that are not in alignment with what you want, but instead are in alignment with what you actually have or are right now. All right, guys, with that, I'll let you go. I really love your comments, your questions, your thoughts. Please like the episode, like the podcast, and give it a nice review so that other people can find it better. And please share with more people so that more people can feel this energy and feel into their own energy and grow and expand and be the best version, tune into the parallel reality of their best version that is available right now. I love you and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.